this then, it's a Whirlpool AWG324-600. Unfortunately, there's no manual about floating anywhere. If you recognise it, it was the laundry centre's one for a while, and now I've got it. Anyway, gotta be honest, this is a siltal made machine. The one next to it's a siltal, but this is an updated version. This is later on. You're looking at mid-90s for this, but there's a couple of problems with it. They're the bearings on the drum, and they're gone. You can see there's quite a dent here. I suspect the spy, and you can hear this knocking. Also, it's quite bouncy, and that's because it uses traditional dampers, which are worn out, as opposed to having the rubbers like they have on them, which never seem to wear out. Had a look around. I can't really see why you're getting this noise. Bit hard to tell. The other problem is also no manual. Can't really say how long anything is. But what I will tell you is that this is a 33 centimetre depth machine, making it a super slim, and it has a drum depth of 18 centimetres. Making a whole centimetre deeper than its predecessor. Yay! Max load size, same as its predecessor. It's 4 kilograms apparently. So, yeah, never. Anyway, this is branded as a Whirlpool. It was branded as a Whirlpool over there before it got imported to over here. So it was never sold here, of course. So this has come over on a ship. And been shipped over here with its original owner. And the original owner has lived here for so long and lived with it until it was, let's face it, getting a bit ropey and broken. And was also replaced with a new machine. And Chris decided to save this machine, so good on Chris, and I've got it now, and we'll be keeping it. No real plans to move it on anytime soon. That's for sure. So, it offers you 8 wash programs. Yeah, it is 9 listed, but if you notice here on the delicates, program 8 is there for both delicates and for wool. Also, timings wise. Right, so it doesn't matter where you set the temperature dial to, regardless, it will always run the same length cycle from that program setting. Program 1 is cotton to 95 with a pre-wash and will take around 2.5 hours. Program 2 is just cotton to 95 and will run about 2 hours 20. Program 3 is cotton 60 and will take around an hour 50. 50 degrees will take around an hour 40, and non-cool fast cotton on program 5 is no more than about an hour 30. There's not really much in it. About an hour 35, something like that. Over here, synthetics. Program 6 maximum, max 60 degrees, will take around 65 minutes. And program 7, max 40 degrees, synthetics, around 45 minutes. The delicates and wool program also takes around 45-ish minutes. You'll also notice it has A, B, C and D written out there. A, B and C will be written out regardless of whatever cycle side it's on. So it doesn't necessarily indicate whether it's cottons or synthetics, but if you're on that sector of the dial, i.e. if it's yellow, it's going to be a cottons rinse, cottons final rinse and spin, or cottons spin. Blue, synthetic side of the dial, synthetic rinses and spin, synthetic final rinse and spin, or synthetic spin. Or delicates, which would be in purple, lilac, pink. Make your mind up there. Again, A, rinses and spin. B, fabric soften and spin. C, spin only. D will also only appear at the end of the wool cycle. and will automatically do it for about 5 minutes. Yeah. And will be drain only. The machine spins at 600 RPM on all the cycles, regardless. However, cottons is a lot longer of a spin cycle than synthetics, and synthetics is a longer spin cycle than the woolens. Delicate side. Then we've got our options here. We've got on and off, in for on, out for off. Then we've got on off. Yeah, I'll just explain that. That's actually rinse hold. You can use that as an on off button and that as an on off button. I'll show you when I demonstrate it. Then we've got no spin button, which does work, and that will cancel all the intermediate and final spins, of course. Then we've got half load, which will work on the cotton side of the dial. I think it works on synthetic as well, but I haven't tried it yet. But on the cotton side of the dial, it will run with less water for 2 kilos. Also, talking of load sizes, of course, cottons is 4 kilo, synthetics is around 2 kilo half load, and delicates will be around 1.5 for delicates and probably 1 for wool. I'm just surmising here, just guessing. If you do know, let me know. If you do know, let me know down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Right, then we've got our temperature dial. And it's pretty much, you can put it anywhere you want. Minimum will just switch off the heater completely. You'll hear a click. It's the same as the older siltal main machine next to it. All the way up to 95, and they've also copied over the little bath icon on the 95. Again, that's on all Whirlpools, regardless of who they're made by. They've always put the bath under 95, I don't know why. Then we've got our program dial, so it's quite an odd one as well. We've got a little indicator to say where it's up to. But what's weird, that's program 6, and there's program 7. I'm not entirely sure, because you've got all these little tiny white gaps in between. It doesn't mean anything. Like, there on program 7, it's still going to fill and wash at 40, whatever. And that's not rinses, that's still part of the wash. There is rinses, and it will do a couple of rinses. 1, 2, and then obviously fabric softener on 3. It will also go to stop there if rinse holds on, and of course it will do a short spin at 600 RPM before finally stopping. Then we've got program 8, which is obviously the woolens. I just don't get it. Right, still a wash tube there. Then obviously we've got rinses for woolens. 1, 2, and then I take it that's 3 fabric softener, but now it's on the white. And then you got rinse hold. Then you got C, which is the wool spin, but as soon as you flick it over from stop to C, it will try to spin also immediately. There's no distribution or anything. It's weird, to say the least. Obviously D is drain only for about 5 or 6 minutes. Then you got program 1, which is your cotton pre-wash. Then there's program 2, which is your white cotton 95. Then you got this gap, which is, I don't get it. Then for a bit. Then you got another gap there, and then you got 3, I think, which is cotton 60. Then 4 cotton 50. And 5 non-cool fast cotton 40, or are we? Or are we still on cotton 50 there? There's non-fast 40, right? It's all ambiguous and I don't like it. There's no positive clicks either. Then obviously you got your rinses, a couple of rinses, then obviously B, which is your fabric softener, before going on to final spin on program C. And there's 2 clicks there because it does the spin twice before finally stopping. I've just taken this lid off, and I thought I'll just show you around in here, whilst we're kind of here. Anyway, obviously we've got a single inlet in. Pressure switch is over here. This just dangles about. Oh, just there. No security, nothing. That knocking is definitely coming from the bottom suspension, the dampers. But what got me interesting was here, look. So, we've got a wire with some tape around it. And what's more interesting is this. See that? Goes in, comes out. Physical click, comes out. Why does that go in? Like, this is the real definition of a placebo effect watch. Can you see how it's not really wanting to go in? It is there. But look at this. And this is why it makes no sense. Look. That brown one, can you see, is the half load switch. And as you can see, there's no wires to it whatsoever. And actually, I just worked out what that cable does. It attaches to the half load switch. And the half load switch doesn't work. In fact, there's only one cable in. If we look carefully there, it's there. That's where it was, you see? But it looks like it's melted off. There's not one behind it, I don't think. There's no connection behind it, shall I say. It's just one cable. And it doesn't work. So the more you know. Now I think this is actually now permanently stuck in half load mode. Believe it or not. You'll see when I start it up. Right. The door handle is here. Now, this being a siltal machine, look, that is actually a metal door handle. There's our door catch, and just like in previous, we've got a simple 4-screw design, but it's port riveted onto the cabinet. Also got a big dent here, which is odd. We've also got this, well, as somebody put on the other day, a universal design. Yeah, it's not much more different to, you know, the likes of Philco and stuff like that. But you can tell this is still a siltal drum. Our door seal it's not really mouldy, it's just full of limescale. Hence the bad bearings. And just like the old machine, it will still take a double duvet set, complete set, double duvet cover, 4 pillowcases and 2 sheets. Now the drawer, we will normally just pull it out, but this drawer's a little bit broken, so we'll pull it out and then, yeah, that lifts off. Tabs are broken at the back here. Anyway, you've got 4 compartments in this over the 3. You've got your pre-wash compartment here, which is huge. We've got our main wash compartments, which is huge. And we've got our chlorine bleach compartment here and our fabric softener compartment. There's a standard dose of Almat, and that goes into there. And as you can see, it's pretty much filled it up. Near enough. In fact, it is struggling a bit to dispense it. Not entirely sure why. I was just having a look at the when I opened it up then, and I'm not entirely sure why. But that should help with a little bit of water in there to wash it in. You would think to turn it on, we push on and off. And it does. Watch this. By pushing rinse hold, it turns it back off again. See what I mean? The wiring's a little bit screwed. So, we've got to have rinse hold out to make it work. Right, so we've got to have rinse hold out. Got it in, it turns it off. Got it out, turns it on. And the on-off button doesn't do anything. surprisingly well spun. And yeah, surprisingly well spun. As daft as it seems. Despite being a 600. So what shall I give this out of 10 then? Well, it is a bit of an improvement over the old siltal in a few odd ways. Washing ability is a bit better actually, but that's because of course it's got a lower water level. Rinsing ability is a bit poor, but now I've worked out that the half load button doesn't exist, sort of, and maybe, and I'm thinking it's stuck in half load mode. So it's not really fair enough. Spin ability is very good. They are very dry for a 600. Although that being said, the final spin is quite long. Timings wise, like this took about an hour 50 or something like that. It's quite a long cycle considering this is the mid-90s. Bit of an odd one really to kind of put it at. Where do we put it at? You know, low or high? And I'm not really too sure. Quality wise, obviously quite a lot's broken on it. That's, you know, like the drawer, the bearings have gone, and you know, the half load button itself has broke. Being said, and also I don't like this dial at all. I don't like how it lines up. It doesn't line up, so you're not quite sure if you're on the right program. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. Which means it's slightly better than that one, but maybe for a different reason. And that's because of the spin and the washing ability. But there's then a lot of negatives that also kind of bring it back down again. So 7, I'm going to be fair, 7 out of 10. If the bearings were fine. Right, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give us a like if you haven't done already. Don't forget to comment down below. Stuff that I've missed out or I've got wrong or whatever, and if you agree, whether you don't agree, do you like this machine? Is it cool? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more washing machine content, and I'll see you in another video. So bye for now.